jungler.
It's Pika, Pika, Pika!
Hey, what's up guys? So recently we were in a tournament and Zorora, my main, was banned out. So I had to come up with another Pokemon to play real quick and decided on Pikachu. And that's mainly because it's yellow and also electric, so I figured it might play similarly. So here's some tips on how to play Pikachu. Jungle, you're probably better than me. I've only played it like 2 days, but anyways, here's some tips I picked up along the way. Thank you for watching, and here we go. Alright, so the abilities I'm using are Volt Tackle and Electro Ball. I know Pikachu's Thunder and Thunderbolt or whatever, Thunderstorm, I don't know what they're called. Those are good too, the Thunders, but this is the single target burst build, and it allows you to kind of jump in and out of fights quickly with the Volt Tackle. So it's pretty good for jungling and just bursting single target. It also offers hard CC, which is really important against some Pokemon. So being able to just kind of interrupt Tasserina, for example, and stop their shenanigans to burst them up is really nice, and it works really well with good team synergy and good team fights. So this setup doesn't really allow you to, 1v4 or 1v5, but it allows you to perform very well as a jungler for your team, and set up easy ganks, easy kills, and get out safely. So that's important because Pikachu is very squishy and slow, which will bring us into the next section. Alright, so if you've played Pikachu, you know it's squishy and slow, so you need to get around that by continuing your farm and keeping your experience coming. So you need to optimize your route through the jungle and basically keep the experience coming so you're the highest level, at least, that you can possibly be in the game. If you can get to 9 before Dreadnought, that's good. But you want to prioritize farming, experience, and optimizing your route through the jungle. Again, because you're very slow. But you also need to be extremely careful of other teams collapsing on you because you're squishy. So you always want to be sort of in a place that your team can save you, or especially during team fights, behind or around at a distance from your team to apply pressure from afar and be able to pick off the lower HP targets as they come throughout the team fight. So you want to avoid scoring at most times, because unless you get a full team wipe, scoring is just too dangerous for Pikachu. It is just squishy and slow, and it's difficult to get in and out of those situations. And I would not recommend going Goal Getter or something like Score Shield, because that takes away from your burst and mobility that you need with Eject Button. So you really want to just play extremely safely. You're not a frontline Pokemon, you're a backline. You want to be with your team between you and the enemies in most team fight scenarios. You should also know it's very difficult to solo objectives with Pikachu. You can't really go up to a Dreadnought by yourself and solo it. I mean, you can, but it's going to take half your HP away doing so. So you should try to have another teammate there to start it up, or to help you burst it because you're fairly slow at bursting the objectives down. And then finally, you should really know what counters you and what you are strong against. And that will bring us directly into our next section. Alright, so one of the nice things about Pikachu is that it seems to counter Tess Arena because it's interrupting its kind of chain of abilities going off, and you can hard CC it and then just burst it with your team. So it works very well against Tess Arena. Similarly, it can work with Lucario, against Lucario if your team is there to burst it. It's very good against Discharge Zera, against Absol, Talonflame, other junglers. However, it does get bursted pretty hard by Hex Gengar, Machamp. Sometimes Cinderace can burst you if you're out of position and he can hit you from range. There's something, did I say Garchomp yet? There's one other Pokemon I'm thinking that counters fairly badly. Oh, Venusaur. Venusaur with Petal Dance, Giga Drain can out-heal you and out-damage you, out-tank your burst, and just kind of cause you trouble. So a good enemy Venu will run past all of your team to just kill you, and that will happen to you as Pikachu, so it's important to play with Pokemon that synergize with you, and bringing us to the next section. So one really nice thing about Pikachu is the hard CC, like I mentioned before, and that combos really well with a lot of Pokemon. So especially, you know, Venusaur, Lucario, Pokemon that can follow up on your CC, Mr. Mime, Snorlax, Wiggly, Slowbro, that can chain the CC with you, Eldegoss as obvious, you know, support for any Pokemon is good with the healing and Cotton Guard, so also the speed boost from its Leaf Tornado. All of these elements really synergize well with Pikachu, which makes Pikachu kind of a prime pick in the current meta. It just synergizes well with all of the team Pokemon, and if your teammates are really playing around you or synergizing with you as the jungler, then most team fights will go your way, and things go pretty smoothly. Even playing this squishy, slow little yellow Pikachu. Yeah, so if you guys have watched so far, I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And anyways, for the items, I don't really know what to go. Right now I'm going Choice Specs, Wise Glasses, and Shell Bell, which is my squad member Popsei's build. I spent a few hours trying a bunch of different item combinations, including everything from Scope Muscle Razor to Buddy Muscle Focus, you know, to Buddy Choice Focus, to all these different sorts of combinations. And ultimately, the Choice-wise Shell Bell feels the most explosive, especially once you hit level 13 at that Zap fight. So I don't know. You know, it's an interesting build because I don't use Buddy Barrier, and normally I would say Buddy Barrier is just, you know, super overpowered. However, the HP doesn't help you at all. so that's essentially a null. And you really only get like 2, maybe 3 unites off in the game because your unite charges so slowly. That's another one of the miscellaneous things I wanted to mention. Your unite just seems to charge much slower than Zorora or other jungle Pokemon. So it's like a 2-minute unite charge time, it seems. I don't know, I could be wrong, but you really don't get many unites off, so I don't run Buddy because I don't typically rely on the unite ability. The unite is nice, don't get me wrong, it's good for damage, but I usually try to hit it from afar anyways, so that I'm safe and I'm avoiding needing that buddy barrier and can run this kind of more explosive build. Additionally, in solo queue, I don't think buddy barrier is quite as strong just because the team coordination tends to not be as strong as running 5 comp. Which is another small point about Pikachu. It is much stronger in 5 comps than running solo queue. Although it is fine as a Pokemon to solo queue up to Masters or run as your main. It is a great attacking high damage. Again, squishy and slow, but a really strong Pokemon nonetheless. One last kind of miscellaneous tip. I don't eject over the first wall if I'm in a 5 comp, but if you're running solo queue and you're trying to jungle, you should jump over that first wall because your jungle will be contested and you need to show your presence and make it known. So anyways, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a sloppy Pikachu tutorial on just, probably like a week now. I know I said 2 days, but probably really realistically like a week of playing Pikachu. And anyways, it's a fun Pokemon to jungle with, and I highly recommend giving it a shot. So thanks again for watching. Peace out, guys. Alright, so one more thing real quick. I'm gonna leave you with my jungle tier list, which is definitively my jungle tier list. So here it is.